Why do you have pain associated to the silent treatment if you're a codependent? If you are struggling with high codependency traits, if you have attachment issues, right? You have a poor attachment to your mom, poor attachment to dad, your caretakers, and you have this insecure attachment style. When someone gives you the silent treatment, it's really going to rock your world. And you must hold on to yourself when this starts to happen. And so when you're outsmarting a narcissist or outsilencing a narcissist, one of my best narcissist repellents is shutty shutty. So shutty shutty is a little bit different than gray rock. Gray rock is basically when you acknowledge that someone's a narcissist, you become very dull and you become almost emotionless, right? Or numb around the narcissist. And that's wonderful. I've done it myself and it's an amazing tool. Shutty shutty is the term I use to help people understand that when you know that you're dealing with a narcissist, don't give them any information, right? When you are around a narcissistic mother, don't go at her. Don't, I know you're a narcissist, or why did you say that? You have a narcissistic sister, right? Don't antagonize her, right? Even though it's so difficult and it's going to be really, really hard, right? You're being threatened to be cut out of the will. You've been the scapegoated child, huge in a narcissistic family. The whole setup, the narcissistic mother creates a scapegoat and honors the golden child, pits the children against one another. It's classic dysfunctional narcissism inside a family unit. But shutty shutty is you are at the dinner table and you know that you have people at the table that want to poke you. You don't make eye contact. You say nothing. You don't contribute anything to the conversation. You're dealing with a narcissist. You have to co-parent with a narcissist. You say nothing to this person. You give them absolutely nothing. So you are out silencing the narcissist when you go shutty shutty. This works like a charm with certain narcissists. There's no such thing as one size fits all when it comes to recovery. Codependency recovery, attachment style recovery. There's no such thing. So you have to use a little bit of common sense here. Now, if you know that you're dealing with a violent, malevolent, malignant narcissist who is like a psychopath, is very sensitive to every move you make, as are most narcissists. They're very hypervigilant. But when it comes to like a psychopath, you don't want to do anything to set a psychopath off, right? You don't lie to a psychopath. If you're afraid, you say, yes, I'm afraid. If you're hungry, you say, yes, I'm hungry. You never lie to a psychopath. It's going to set them off. So it's important that you recognize, what kind of personality am I dealing with here? If you're dealing with a narcissistic mom, nonviolent mom, you're not dependent upon mom, and she likes to needle you a little bit, she's causing issues in your marriage or whatever, asks you questions about your kids so she can use those questions against you or the answers against you, wants to know about your personal life so that she can talk about you behind your back and criticize you. Shutty shutty is an amazing tool. Say absolutely nothing. Offer them absolutely no conversation. So that's one way that you can out-silence a narcissist. The other way that you can out-silence a narcissist is remember to be non-reactive. It goes along with shutty shutty, it goes along with gray rock. But when you are dealing with a narcissist, the tactic is for you, and you have to see it as a tactic, as a strategy step. So I am around a narcissist, and it's like being around a skunk. And if you react, the skunk is going to spray you. If you don't react, there's no spray, right? It's sort of like when they say don't run from a bear, just play dead. It's the same thing, non-responsiveness. You don't want to have any reaction to the narcissist giving you the silent treatment. So if they're walking around the house and they're giving you the silent treatment, you just busy yourself with something else. So you are learning to emotionally regulate. You are learning to trump the trigger. You are learning to override the amygdala. You are learning to override pain versus pleasure because you have pain associated to the silent treatment. If you follow the loop, why do you have pain associated to the silent treatment if you're a codependent? Because if this person that you have made the boss over you, you have put them in front of you, right? You have said your agreement to the universe, your commandment to the universe is, I'm not good enough, and I need this person to show me that I am. And the relationship, the agreement is, I'll just work my butt off, and if I do enough, or maybe if I figure him out or figure her out, they'll change. So that's the agreement you've set up. That's the matrix that's inside your head. The matrix is not outside any of us. The matrix is always inside our head. So we have to get the matrix clear so that the outer world will clear. It's just like looking into a mirror. So you're looking into a mirror. Do you expect the reflection to change? No. You know that if you want the reflection to change, you have to change your facial expressions. That's when the matrix changes. That's when the mirror changes. That's when the reflection changes, right? And so we have to recognize that if someone's using the silent treatment on us, we have to be strategic about not being the one to break the silence first. Some would say, oh, you're just playing a game. And I say, no, I'm not playing a game. I'm being strategic, right? I'm learning to honor myself. I don't want to have to engage with someone who is highly narcissistic, who punishes me because I don't agree with them, or who doesn't see me as an autonomous 3D human being, who is going to go on Twitter and label me and say things, or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, write a blog about me. I'm not a 3D autonomous human being to you. So no, I'm not really playing a game. I'm being strategic in that if this is who you are, I've got to push you out of my boundary circle. And so no, I'm not creating this pattern of you stop talking to me and now I'm going to chase after you for your approval. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not 4 years old. And parents do this all the time. They stop talking to their kids, right? They ignore their children. And what are they doing? They're withholding their love. My parents did this all the time. Both of them, not one, both of them. If you didn't agree with my mom, after she raged at you, she stopped talking to you. And it was days before she looked you in the face again. And sometimes she didn't. Sometimes she just kind of referred to you. My dad was the same way, except he was a little bit more overt about it because he was the only person in the house that was allowed to get angry. But certainly, if you come from that type of dynamic, as an adult, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you could be a head of state, you can run a Fortune 500 company, you can have 10,000 employees and go home and have someone give you the silent treatment. And you could feel like you're 4 years old again. That's like unnecessary. When we are met with the silent treatment by anyone, and again, I'm not talking about the person you've just had a blow up and the person says, you know what, I need some time away from you, and that's it, it's over, and they actually ask for space. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person that you've deemed has high narcissistic traits. They stop talking to you because you just had a minor disagreement and this is his or her pattern. So you want to make sure that you are using the gray rock, you're going another level, and you're shutty. So you're at a family dinner and someone's ignoring you. Give them no attention. They are hoping that you're going to have a reaction. Don't, hey, do you see me? Hey, I know you're ignoring me. Hey, oh, so-and-so's ticked off at me because of an argument. No, don't do that. Ignore them right back. Have a grand old time. Don't let them think that it bothers you, and do what you can to not let it bother you. This is a very immature way of relating to people. It's highly toxic and unnecessary. And we cannot grow and evolve as people if we keep tangling with people that behave this way. So that's a couple of ways that you can out-silence a narcissist.